friends, welcome to my channel, and I have a layout for you today for the SpiegelMom Scraps design team, and this is over, you can read more about this over at their blog. So I wrote a post up about this too. So today I am scrapping that photo of, a rock in my son's hand. I actually really like the shot of it, but mostly it is just a fun little story that I wanted to remember. And I think that's one of the fun things about scrapbooking is all these little teeny tiny moments that happen in our life. Maybe it's not super impactful. I mean, some moments that we have are definitely super impacting, but a lot of times we have these just really little tiny moments of where our child comes up to us with something, or they say something to us, or we have a conversation with someone. It could be on a bus or on a train, or it could be a song that we heard on the radio, or it could be something we read in a book. Sometimes it's just these little moments that we have, and all these little moments together form our story, right? So I really wanted to remember this because a lot of these things that happen are things that I probably, 10 or 15 years from now, I probably won't remember every little thing that my son says. Actually, I should say even a week later, a lot of times I don't remember the things that he says unless he says them more than once, because the things that he says, like all kids, they just say things. So yeah. So I wanted to document that. So right now what I'm doing is I am going to do kind of like a little twist on like a grid design. So I have my photo, and then under that I'm going to have two blocks. So like a kind of like a grid, except for it's a three thing grid because there's a photo and two blocks. And I just really kind of wanted to get these layers pretty tight, but I wanted to be able to get a few different things in here just so that you could see lots of different stuff. So I'm using some of the Click Kit's March kit because it has a Chamel line in it, and I really like the colors, and they're just nice and fun and playful, and I kind of wanted that thought process to be in this layout. And I have all those squares because she has that one paper that has lots of different squares. So of course at this point I decide to cut out some of the circles, and I am thinking that I'm gonna put them on the layout just scattered throughout. I actually thought about maybe like circling them, and I never ended up doing that, though I kind of wish I did. So I don't know, maybe at some point I'll go back and just try it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't know. Sometimes things like these I think about doing and then I don't do them, and I just kind of wait and see how I feel later, because sometimes you can get caught up in the moment and do something really crazy and then not like it. So sometimes if I think it's really crazy, like actually drawing a circle around something, I'll kind of just wait and see how I feel later. I don't know if you guys do that or not, but but it did take me a little while to cut these circles out. And I also took a couple of other different papers that I thought might go along with this, because I'm also at this point thinking that I'm gonna add, well, and I have that background paper from the Cool Kid collection, and so I cut out some other papers and stuff from that collection too. So I was just kind of trying to think of how I could tie in these bright colors with, there were some other, especially with the Cool Kid collection, they're a little bit vintage looking, and they have that cream tone. So I wanted to find a way to mix the cream and the white together, and so I kind of thought by adding bits and pieces from different things that would kind of help. I do add that piece of paper. That's from Ellie Studio. I thought that a little bit of that white would just help because the other side is really, really dark. So I wanted to kind of make sure I added enough light colors too. And then I put some of that on some foam so that you can see a little bit in there. So it kind of creates some shadows and just really makes those squares look really cool. And so now I'm looking through the 6x6 paper pad. I'm thinking I'm going to use that. And I do end up using it. My problem right now is that I have those dark colors, and my background is really, really busy because it has all those words on it. And the light color was just, unlike the Chamel light color that had the watercolor brush strokes, that you could definitely see those. This other one just was, because it was like words on words, it just didn't work. So I ended up using that darker color. And I kind of like how one is darker and one is lighter. They're a little bit different. And I am going to add some more stuff to this because I get thinking, I'm like, I could add this other stuff. So I do put my photo on, that is a paper from the Reset Girl, and it's just a grid. But I thought that the cream tone would help match in with some of the other cream tones. So, and I wanted something behind the photo, but I didn't want something overbearing. So now I'm just working on these circles, and I just kind of scatter them a little bit. I actually really like the way that they look. They just kind of, I don't know, add something a little bit else to the layout that just makes it kind of fun. I mean, and this is all really about fun because it's about a rock, right? And this is a rock that my son found outside one day when he was playing, and he comes running up the stairs because my scrap room is just is the patio area. Well, sort of patio. It's like a screened-in porch area so that you can go outside. So I heard him running up the stairs, and he's like, Mom, I found a moon rock. I found a moon rock. And he's so excited. He's like, it's a real life moon rock. And so he was thoroughly convinced that this rock was from the moon, and so he made me keep it. And he's like, can you take a picture? And that's his big thing. He knows that I like to take photos. So he very much gets into having me take pictures of things that he really likes. So, which is fun. It makes him feel like he's a part of it. So this is now where I start adding some more stuff to these layers. I realize that I can add like a glassine bag, and these are from the SpiegelMom Scraps store. The glassine bag and these shipping tags, and it actually works really, really well for the journaling because now I don't have to worry about the journaling just like impeding on that word background. And I don't have to worry about where to put it. I do use this gold doily, and I do cut off one of the sides so it's not on every single side, it's just on 3. I'm going to use these wood chips. Now, these were from the store, but I don't think that she has any more left because they were on clearance. But they're super cute. They're from Studio Calico. And they just have like fun words on them and stuff. So I wanted to add different textures and stuff because this is talking like about kids and fun. And I don't know. I just like to add a lot of texture to my layouts anyway. So I'm adding these felty hearts, and these are, I love the felt hearts. They're super, super cute. And in some of the packs you get a few different sizes, and then those really teeny tiny ones were actually like a border or like a longer stream, and they were all connected, and I just kind of cut them up because I like them really, really small. And so I used some really teeny tiny staples in my little tiny stapler, and then I used more regular size staples in my other Teresa Collins stapler. And that one said that it used tiny attacher staples, but it doesn't. They're a little bit bigger. They're not quite regular size staples, if anyone's curious. And so now I'm just working on adding some sequins throughout, and I end up adding just a few extra more later on because, or throughout, because I realized that I just didn't have quite enough. Don't know how that is. How can it be? But I just like these scattered throughout, and I use Pandora's ombre, and I use my clementine, and they're the perfect colors. They match so perfect. I believe that my clementine is supposed to match with the Chanel ones anyway, but they just really match with the yellows and the blues, and they're just super fun. And yeah, and I do add that die cut up at the top with that circle. I just really liked that awesome tag. And instead of like moving stuff around, I just stuck it there. And then I'm going to add that. I wanted to make sure I added some of the ephemera pieces because I keep forgetting that I have them. And then I put this rocket ship because it's a moon rock. So, and I kind of contemplated putting it in there, but I ended up just kind of more setting it on top and then stapling it down. And then I'll add a sequin to that too. And I am just about done. So don't forget to look in the info box below so you can head over to the blog and you can actually see some really good close-ups of my layout and read about it. And also you'll find some links to the store so that you guys can head over to the store if you want to check out. I know that Jody's going to be adding some new stuff soon, some new sequin mixes and stuff. I know she's retiring some of the mixes that she has in there, so you might want to go in there before she takes those out, and you can get some good prices and some deals on some of the older ones. I think she has them on clearance and stuff, and I just love that. And she has a lot of the new shimmers paints too, so don't forget to get some of those because they're awesome. But anyway, all that info. Oh yeah, I forgot that I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted to put the rocks. So I knew I wanted moon down at the bottom, and then so I decided to put it on the side over there on the side. It fits perfectly there. Even though I know it kind of is not quite the right way, I still like how it turned out. But anyway, I just love how this turned out. It turned out really cute. And at the very end, you'll see how I had my journaling because it's going to be in that little glassine bag on the tag. So I'll see you guys later, and I hope that you guys have a great week, and I hope you guys are super inspired to just document those little moments that make up your life. Bye.